Hey guys, I'm sorry I'm on the webcam right now, but I just wanted to kind of do this quickly, and I'm pretty sure my dad's using the iPad right now anyways, so um, yeah, I didn't really want to wait. I was just like, I want to film right now, so I'm doing it. And what I want to film today is like my first week experience as a junior. But before I start that, I have like an idea slash question for you guys. Sorry, there's an airplane, if you can hear that. But on my other channel, my beauty channel that I'm not doing anymore, I would do monthly favorites videos. And that was something that I would kind of have to look forward to at the end of every month. Like I would know that that video is coming and like, yay, I can finally do my favorites. Because my favorite kind of videos to watch are monthly favorites videos and monthly Q&A videos. So since this isn't really a beauty channel anymore, well, this channel never was, but since I'm not doing that anymore, I could still do monthly favorites for you if you want just like random favorites, like favorite movies, favorites, music, whatever. But I could still do that, but what I really want to do is monthly Q&A videos. So since it's coming to the end of August, I wanted to make this announcement now so that you guys can send in questions. You can put questions in the comments below, or you can tweet them to me at Melissa_Tomo11. My Twitter is always in the description box. Or you can send questions to me on Tumblr. My Tumblr is also always in the description box. It's Larry's Romancegram. So that's always in the description. But if you send me questions through Twitter or Tumblr, make sure you let me know that it's for the Q&A video, because if you don't, then I'll just answer the question with the reply on Twitter or Tumblr or whatever, and I don't want to do that. I want to have like as many questions as possible to answer in a question and answer video. So make sure that if you do send me questions on Twitter or Tumblr, you either just let me know that it's for the August Q&A video, or just use the hashtag monthly Q&A, hashtag August Q&A, whatever, so that I know that it's for the Q&A video. So yeah. So my intros always take up like 20% of the video, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So I started my junior year on Monday, August 19th, and my first day was kind of interesting. I went to first period, which is my guitar class, and it was actually kind of funny because I didn't expect to have any friends in that class because I didn't know anyone that was taking guitar. And then my friend walked in and sat next to me, and I was like, oh, hey! And he was like, oh, hey! And that was funny. And then, so that was first period. We didn't really do anything. It was just kind of like an introduction to the class, like all first days of school are. And, so that was first period, not too exciting, not really anything happened. Second period, oh my god, what's my second period? Oh, math. I have pre-calculus this year, and my teacher is really, really nice, actually. And I walked in on the second day, and I see this girl in here in the room that I've known for a really long time, since I was like really little, but she's a freshman and I'm a junior, and I was really shocked that a freshman would be in my pre-calculus class, but apparently she's really smart. And I don't think she remembered me though, because when I walked in I was like, oh hi, and she like waved, but it was kind of weird. Like she wasn't rude about it, she like smiled and waved, but I don't know, I just feel like she didn't remember me. But I don't really have any friends in my math class. I just kind of sit there. I feel like math is the one class that I never have any friends in. I don't get it. I'm just really quiet in math because I don't really understand math that well. So I don't know. I just kind of sit there and listen. And then third period, I have intensive reading. I failed the ACCAT by 1 point, and now I have intensive reading, and I'm so mad. But for the most part, it's a pretty good class so far. But on the first day, I actually went to the wrong class, and I don't mean like I walked into the wrong class and I was like, oh, and then walked out, like that would be embarrassing, but I was literally in the wrong class the entire period. Because, okay, I have an explanation for this. My school is horrible at doing schedules. I'm just going to put that out there. There's always a problem with your schedule at least once in your entire high school career, and this time the second time because I had a problem with my schedule last year. They put me in the wrong lunch. So yeah. This year, my intensive reading schedule said a teacher's name, and then it said the room number. It said building 14, room 2, whatever, and then all the room numbers that start with 2 are upstairs, and all the ones that start with 1 are downstairs. You couldn't tell first floor, second floor. I don't know if they did that on purpose or not, but yeah. So it was like a 200 number. So I go upstairs and I find the room, but the teacher that was in that room didn't match the teacher that was on my schedule. So I was really confused, but it was still an intensive reading class. And so I just go in the room anyways, and I see a few friends in there, and like I see like 3 girls in there that I knew for a fact were juniors. And then I look around and it's like I've never seen any of these people before, so I figured they were freshmen. So me and my friend that I was sitting next to, we were really confused. We were like, are we in the right room? And then it was a new teacher, like a teacher that I'd never seen before. And that's why I wasn't ready to jump up and like go find my right classroom, because I was like, well, maybe there's a lot of new teachers at my school this year, and maybe like the teacher that was on my schedule was an old teacher and they just didn't change it. But it turns out that me and my friend stayed after class to ask the teacher if we were in the right room, and he's like, no, you guys were supposed to go to, we were still in the same building, but we were supposed to go downstairs. And so he's like, yeah, a lot of people's schedules are messed up. And I was like, yeah, I can tell. But that teacher was so funny though. I kind of wish I still had him, because he's from North Carolina, so he has like this really heavy accent, which I don't know. I don't really like Southern accents that much, even though a lot of people probably say that I have a Southern accent, but I don't hear it. But he said that he taught at a school with like 50 kids in it, and our school has over 2,000, I think. And so he was like, it's really overwhelming. And then we asked him how long he'd been here, and he was like, a week. I was like, wow, that's all right. And we have these things called active boards at my school. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but they're like, I don't really know. They're like a whiteboard, but you use this like pen. It's like a huge computer and you use a pen. I don't really know how to describe it. But apparently they don't have those at the school that this teacher taught at before he taught at my school. Because he was like telling us his life story like teachers do on the first day. And then he randomly turns around and he goes to the active board and he's like, what is this? I started laughing so hard, and then he like starts poking it and we're like, it's not touchscreen, there's a pen. And he's just like, you know what, I don't understand. So that was really funny. But then 4th period I have English, and I really like my teacher. She's really nice, and yeah. I don't really have any friends in that class either, but I mean, there's always like 1 or 2 classes that I don't have any friends in, so I'm used to it. And then 5th period, I have chemistry, and one of my closest friends is in that class. And then a bunch of people's schedules were wrong, and ours was wrong. Me and my friend that had that class together, we were planning on eating lunch together. And she comes to me at the end of 2nd period, and she's like, look at your schedule and see, because our lunch was in the 2nd lunch slot, but it had a number 3 next to it, so we were supposed to have 3rd lunch. So we didn't know if we were supposed to go to 2nd lunch or 3rd lunch, because last year it was in the 2nd lunch slot, but it had a number 3, and I didn't see that it had a number 3, so I just went to 2nd lunch, and then I go to my 5th period class, and the class is half over. So yeah, my schedule was wrong last year, so I didn't want to make that mistake again and go into a class that was half over. So we decided to check in with our teacher first to see if we had 2nd lunch or 3rd lunch, and it turns out we had 3rd lunch. So luckily we stayed in the class, and a bunch of people ended up coming in halfway through the class. So yeah, I'm glad that wasn't me this year. But I thought my teacher was gay. He's not. He just seems like it. I was asking my friend when we left, when we were on our way to lunch, because apparently she's had him before, and she was like, no, I've seen his wife, but he does act really gay. And I was like, yeah, he does. And then 6th period I have ASL, and I already knew what to expect with ASL because I had ASL 1 last year and I'm in ASL 2 this year. So it was kind of just like we were all like really chill. We already knew the teacher already knew us. So like when I walked in the room, the teacher was like walking out of the room because she like goes to the bathroom between classes. That's what she did last year anyways. I'm assuming that's where she went. But she was like going out as I was coming in. She was like, hey! She patted me on the back. And I hardly ever talked to her last year because in ASL 1, I was really shy and I didn't really have any friends. But I have friends in ASL 2, so I was like really happy to be in the class. So I was like, yay! So yeah. And then 7th period I have history, and I have the same history teacher that I had last year, which is really good because I didn't want to learn a new like class rules or anything and like new teacher, so I already knew what to expect in there too. So yeah, my first day was pretty good. Okay, so my first day explanation was way too long, so I'm just gonna summarize the rest of my week, like the exciting stuff that happened. So on the second day, I honestly don't really think anything exciting happened until yesterday. Oh, but on the first day of school, math teachers always start lessons the first day. They're like the only teachers that start lessons on the first day. So of course my math teacher started a lesson on the first day, and we were like doing equations of a line or something, and he was like, you have to make sure they go in one direction. And I'm just like, I like this guy. But on the second day when I went to the Write intensive reading class, our first assignment was to write for as long as we could. Like there wasn't like a set length that it had to be. She was like, just write until I tell you to stop. And the prompt was to write a persuasive essay on something that you think is the best. It could be a food, a movie, a TV show, an athlete, a sport, or a musician. So just take a wild guess on what I wrote about. So yeah. Most kids like had like a quarter of the page filled up. I literally had the entire page filled up in like 10 minutes. Because like I feel like that's how long that she was having us write, was 10 minutes, because it didn't seem like very long at all. But she looked at me and she was like, you were writing a lot, read what you wrote. And I was like, oh God. It was my first day in this class because I went to the wrong class on the first day, and I already have to read what I write, and all these people are going to think I'm pathetic. But I do have friends in that class, so I mean, it's not that big a deal. But yeah. And then the third day of school, we have to do this like writing exercise for our bell work every day. And so I go in, and it's like, if you could interview one person, write 4 questions that you would ask them. So I did Louis, but I didn't have to read it out loud that time. So yeah. And then I find out what our project is, which is a project that is actually due Monday. I submitted it last night. And it's a video autobiography. And I was like, I love this class. I get to write about my babies, and then I get to do a project, get graded on something that I do every day. Talk to a camera. I seriously can't remember anything exciting that happened until yesterday, so I'm just gonna tell you what happened yesterday. Crap. Oh, so our first morning march was yesterday, which is like a pep rally that my school does every Friday during football season to get like everyone pumped up for the game and everything. And that was really fun. Like they did it differently this year, I think. Usually the band, after the end of morning march, the band goes through the main hallway of building 13, and then they go back to the band room. That's usually what they do. But this year there's like the main hallway of building 13, and then there's like this little outside area, but it's not really outside, like it's not inside air conditioned, but it's still like under the building. So yeah. The entire band gathered in this, it's not very big area, and they were like playing, and it was so loud, but it was so fun. Like everyone was dancing, all the drama kids were dancing. Me and my friend were like laughing, and it was really funny. I don't know, it was just really fun. Like, it's so fun when like the band and drama kids get together because they like make everyone else in a good mood, and I don't know. It's great. So then that, and then first period in guitar, we finally started playing guitar today or yesterday, because the past 2 days we've been unstringing and restringing guitars, and yeah, so we finally got to play yesterday, and I made friends this week with this girl who's a freshman, and not only is she a freshman, but she moved here from New Jersey, so she literally knows no one. She's so quiet. I felt so bad for her because she like literally knows no one. Not only is it scary to go to a new school with like 2,000 people, but when you don't know anyone, like most people still have friends coming from middle school, but she literally doesn't know anyone. So I felt so bad for her. So I started talking to her, and we've become friends now. And I'm just like, you remind me of myself freshman year, because even though I knew people, I was still like so quiet. So I felt so bad for her. So I was like, I need to talk to this girl. So I did. And we were playing guitar yesterday, and that was really fun. And yeah. Then second period, nothing exciting happened because I don't have any friends in that class. Then third period, nothing exciting happened. Then fourth period, nothing exciting happened. Then fifth period. Oh, something exciting happened, kind of. It was really scary. Okay, so my fifth period is chemistry, and my teacher like sticks his hand in alcohol, and then he like puts his hand through fire, and his hand catches on fire, and he doesn't care, and so he just puts it out, and then he takes a $20 bill and he dips it in alcohol and puts it in the fire, and then he ended up getting too much alcohol on the rubbing alcohol, not like beer or anything. And he gets too much alcohol on the dollar bill, so it's like dripping. So he puts the dollar bill in the fire, and then his desk ends up catching on fire because there's dripping alcohol on his desk, and his desk like catches on fire. It was only a small spot, so it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like spreading or anything, but there's fire on his desk, and he's just like, oh man. So he just like puts it out, and then he takes this stick thing and sets it on fire, and then he pokes a balloon, and the balloon explodes. And not only does it explode, but there's like heat and like fire when it explodes, and it was really freaking scary because I sit in the front row. So my lab group is me and one of my guy friends, and then this other guy that I didn't know until this year, but I've known the guy that I sit next to since freshman year. And he was like laughing at me because I was like freaking out, and I was like, oh my god. And then then my teacher was like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna have explosions that are gonna like shake this whole building. And I'm just like, what? So I'm not looking forward to that because fire freaks me out. And then sixth period ASL, nothing exciting happened. Then seventh period, nothing exciting happened. But I went to the game last night and we won. We won our first game, so it's really exciting. And yeah, so that's basically my first week, in case you wanted to know. So make sure you send in questions for the August Q&A. And again, if you send them on Twitter or Tumblr, which both are in the description box, and I'll probably put annotations right here, like Twitter, Tumblr, yeah. Just make sure you let me know that they're for the Q&A video, because if you don't, then I'll just answer your question right then and there, and then I won't have any questions for the Q&A video. So, yeah. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Sorry, I just got a Facebook notification. I will talk to you in my next video. I love you so much. Bye!